for the Arts Council of York County. I am Melanie Jones, President of the Arts Council Board of Directors, and we are so delighted to have you here with us this evening. So before we get into our program, I just wanted to share a few thoughts about the arts and the importance of the arts in my life. So as I took a moment to reflect on what to say, the phrase, "through the arts we live," kept recurring in my mind. So I said, "through the arts we live." And I said, "live," L-I-V-E. So through the arts we love, L. For me, there's nothing like the bond between the father and his daughter. I must admit that even today, yes, as young as I am, I'm still a daddy's girl. But my first love of the arts came from watching and hearing my dad play the piano. He's a classically trained pianist along with so many other musical gifts and talents. But he is the very reason I have a passion for the arts today. And that's, of course, I love my dad. Through the arts, we inspire. I cannot tell you the number of times I found inspiration to dream big, complete a big task, or anything else through the arts. Whether it's seeing a beautiful painting, as we have here this evening, attending a play, a beautiful photograph that tells a deep story, captivating choreography, or simply listening to music. The arts speaks to our souls and moves us to action. Through the arts, we have vitality. I recall attending my brother's senior recital at the University of Alabama, Todd, and he was a music education major with a vocal percussion. Prior to that night, I had never really seen my brother play anything other than the snare drum or a drum set. But that night, I witnessed extreme strength and power with an amazing talent. And let's not forget the energy and excitement naturally created by the sound of the timpani, the snare, the marimba, which he played with double mallets, all from memory. And yes, I must admit, I was impressed. His energy and endurance transferred to me and the audience. We all left feeling like the conqueror of the world. And through the arts, we engage. While I have many stories to share, I have to reflect on my most recent experience of representing Rock Hill this past weekend in Denver, Colorado, with a group of Rock Hillians. And under the creative guidance of our very own board member, Evan Getz, and Kimberly Johnson, a local writer, our delegation wonderfully and creatively expressed why and how this city's strength is engaging its citizens. Not only did we demonstrate engagement, we experienced it. And yes, you didn't know, we brought home the title of All-American City 2019. So this here is a snapshot of a few of my personal experiences of the arts. Whatever your journey, remember, through the arts, we truly live. And tonight, we're going to have a little business we need to take care of. And I want to first recognize our outgoing board members. If you are here, would you please stand and come forward? I see Jennifer Childers. She's not here, I'm sorry. Ruth Todd. And Jennifer Wilford. Ladies, we thank you both for your commitment to the arts and your service to the Arts Council of York County. Continue to support us. We will be calling on you. Just because you're not on the board doesn't mean we don't need you. And we really do appreciate your years of service and all that you do here to make the arts a special place for us. Thank you. And now I would like to recognize our new incoming board members. If you are present, would you please stand? We have Hali Christopher, who is the Fine Arts and Theater Director for the Westminster Catholic Christian School. We have Dr. John Jones, who is the Chief of Academics and Accountability for Rock Hill School District. And we have Lori Patrick with First Citizens Bank. These candidates come on the recommendation from the Executive Committee and have been approved by our full board. But as a membership organization, we ask all members in attendance to also approve these new board members. So, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, please say no. Welcome to the board. I would also like to present our slate of officers for 2019-2020. The following slate comes as a recommendation from the Executive Committee and was unanimously approved by our Board of Directors at our May board meeting. Our President, yours truly, Melanie Jones. Vice President Priscilla Nealy, in the back. Secretary Michael Smith. Please stand. Thank you. Treasurer Erica Smith. She could not be with us this evening. And our immediate past President, Nicki Nash. Thank you for your continued support of the arts. Again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for this evening and support birthday in 2019, and we celebrated it. We have over 70 events, our second year of several new programs to include Art on Tap, Alleys and Galleries, The Secret Dinner. We served 99,158 people from 219 cities, 42 states, and 7 countries this year. That's a round of applause. The latest Arts and Economic Impact Study has helped to change the perception of the arts. Our leaders now recognize the arts as an economic engine, generating a $27 million economic impact right here in York County, and contributing to York County being the fastest growing county in our beautiful state of South Carolina. Our annual membership campaign raised over $100,000 this year, and each year, last year, only 1% of that campaign gives went to campaign expenses. Our economic impact of programs presented are partially funded by the Arts Council of York County, and it exceeds $3 million annually and promotes York County as a regional arts destination. We maintain financial stability, as you will see in our annual report that's in your chair. So this year, again, over 70 events, including classes, workshops, art talks, exhibitions, school shows, concerts, public art projects, all to promote York County as an arts-friendly city, and many of our visitors come back time and time again. So I think we've proven many times over, and we'll continue to do so, that arts mean good business. Data supports the facts, nationally, but as importantly locally. So I hope you all will continue to support the Arts Council through membership, sponsorships, involvement, and help us build a community that welcomes diversity and brings tourism, placemaking, and cultural and economic vitality to our county. Let's give it up for the arts. And now, if our Executive Director, Jennifer Wilford, will join me for the presentation of the Ben Ardrey Volunteer Award and the Business and the Arts Award.
While we're waiting just a few moments to get settled, I wanted to recognize any elected officials that are here tonight. I did see my family friend. Thank you for coming. Former Mayor Kellie Payne was here. Any others in the house with us tonight? Okay. It's always a pleasure to recognize those volunteers and businesses that are dedicated to the arts, and this year is no exception. They really make our job so much easier. The person who is nominated for the Ben Ardrey Volunteer of the Year Award is such a hard worker. I'm amazed at the energy. But before we recognize that person, I want to see if any of Ben Ardrey's family is here tonight. I know it's our family. Thank y'all for coming, and thank you for your dad's legacy. Dr. Ardrey was a well-known Rock Hill pediatrician for more than 30 years, and he was an extraordinary volunteer and active in community groups, including the Arts Council. And this award, named in his honor, is given to those individuals who display enthusiasm for and dedication and commitment to promote the arts in York County. The 2019 recipient of the Ben Ardrey Volunteer of the Year Award knows no bounds. Dr. Bradley Cibbarelli. Bradley. And we're going to present with him a baby cup in honor of Dr. Ben Ardrey, who is a local pediatrician. And this is for all you've done for us and for all our arts organizations, really, all over Lancaster, York, and other counties. And then here right here. Let me tell you a little bit about Brad. This is for you. He was the catalyst for many of the Catawba River Guild activities as president from 2014 to 2018. He secured guest artist presentations, involved the group in activities like Come Draw With Me, Earth Day, Harry Potter Science, and the Piedmont exhibition events at the Museum of York County. He advocated for the exhibition of local artwork in local venues such as banks, restaurants, and galleries. And Brad continues to work with local organizations to bring the arts to all local and regional communities. He never misses a chance to promote the arts and encourage artists. He pitches in and he often leads, and when there's a need or an opportunity involving the arts in our community, he is both a mentor, an educator, and an organizer of the arts. He serves on the Fuel Park Advisory Board, where he teaches classes throughout the year with a focus on offering high-quality, affordable classes. So we want the arts to be accessible to everyone. He's not only a member of the Arts Council, but he also serves as a workshop leader and event photographer, and he can be found teaching art classes at Gallery 120 in Clover. And he's an artist in his own right, a very good one. Dr. Cibbarelli has exhibited in galleries in Washington, D.C., Pennsylvania, Florida, Michigan, Virginia, and South Carolina. And his artwork is held in private collections across the country. So Brad, thank you so much for all you've done for us, for all of our artists. Donating all of our award winners for the last 15 or 20 years, so he's in good company. The next award is the Business and the Arts Award, and the long-standing support of Gala Affairs to the arts community and the cultural community in York County is immeasurable. Gala Affairs is involved in nearly every aspect of the community, from leadership positions to underwriting events hosted by nonprofit organizations. The president and owner, Toy Ray, is he here? Surprise! And if there are any staff members from Gala Affairs, we sneak one in on you. And Toy, this plaque will hang in your honor here at the entrance to the Arts Council. I wanted to finish telling you about what Toy does. He's the president and owner of Gala, but he's served on the arts community by working with the Arts Council of York County, the Women's Arts Initiative, Christmasville, Come See Me Festival, and the White Home, just to mention a few. He's got all kinds of energy, understanding our tight budgets and that local nonprofits work. Gala often donates many of their services at reduced cost and the rentals of equipment needed for our receptions and celebrations. As president of Christmasville, he carries a heavy load. Ray comped so many fees that Rock Hills Christmasville was able to focus their attention on growing this popular 4-day festival, and it earned the Southeast Festival and Events Association Kaleidoscope Awards Best Festival for 2017. So we're very excited that Toy is our recipient. Thank you so much, Toy, for everything you do for us. Many of you know I'm back at work after a 2-week vacation in London and Paris, and it was kind of a trip of a lifetime for me. I now understand more fully what Mark Twain said: travel is fatal to prejudice, bigotry, and narrow-mindedness. Broad, wholesome, charitable views of men and things cannot be acquired by vegetating in one little corner of the earth all of one's lifetime. I found it to be so true. I was thrilled by the historic public art, the churches that grace every corner, and really extraordinary architecture, landscaping, and friendly, diverse people from all over the world. Paris attracts about 35 million tourists every year. So after walking about 7 miles every day and climbing 15 to 20 sets of stairs, I was really ready to veg out in front of the TV. And one day, when I came back, I happened to notice this little guy. I was tuned into a nature program that featured him, This is the Australian peacock jumping spider. What does that have to do with arts? The size of these spiders range from as small as a grain of rice to no larger than a pencil eraser, and he is a miracle mover who cannot afford to put a foot wrong. How does a creature from the insect kingdom attract attention? Well, he employs the arts, dance. He begins with ballet-like movements of his 8 legs, sort of like John Travolta. He soon realizes that he needs to step up his game. So he unfurls his striking fantail and begins to dance for his life. The more compelling the dance, which can last up to 50 minutes, the more likely a potential suitor will reward him. So at last, with the final encore, his female counterpart is smitten, and the insect kingdom lives to enjoy another day. So much for the land-loving insects who come together to enjoy color and movement. But what about under the sea? This is a picture of a little 5-inch Japanese pufferfish. He is so plain, as you can see, he literally fades into the background of an otherwise vibrant colored ocean life. He's just dull to the point of invisible. He needs to perform a miracle beyond belief to attract attention. So what does he do? He plows the sand with only his fins as a tool, and he has to work 24 hours a day for a week, because if he stops to rest, the current will destroy his entire creation. So he creates a perfect 6-foot geometric mathematical design. Then he steps back like any good artist, takes a look, and decides to add the finishing touches to his masterpiece of love by decorating it with strategically placed shells. If this doesn't get noticed, nothing will. And finally, a friendly face floats by. He entices her to the center to get the very best view, and she is impressed. They dance cheek to cheek as she places her eggs in the center, and he quickly buries them in the sand. And life continues under the sea in amazing technicolor. So his extraordinary work of art begins to fade around him, but as we have all experienced it many times, the arts bring life to life. I thought that was so interesting that Melanie chose that too. Color, beauty, dance, and the arts provide an instant attraction on land and under the sea. And the Arts Council has spent the last 42 years bringing the arts to York County and continues to brand York County as a regional arts destination, one of the fastest growing areas in the state and in the nation. Many groups and committees are all working together to make it happen, and that's what makes York County so special. We're thinking more collaboratively and regionally to move the needle on infusing the arts into community development. Placemaking and public art have been a focus these last few years, and now the city even has a 5-year Knowledge Park plan that also infuses the arts into community engagement efforts. Other good things are happening in our community in the arts. Local churches are offering summer camps and Sunday afternoon concerts. We're all proud that we have a new Rock Hill Symphony in our community. The city produces a summer concert series. The Farmers Market and Food Truck Friday have arts components that draw thousands of people each year. And the Arts Council continues to remain flexible with our programming so that we can work with our partners to fill in the programming gaps. School shows have a large impact on the student body, and we did 2 or 3 school shows this year, and these are some pictures from those. A new study shows that arts education helps students in many ways, boosting their compassion for classmates, lowering discipline rates, and if you've been in a classroom lately, you know how important that is, improving their scores on writing tests. So clearly, giving students more access to the arts gives measurable benefits. Newswise magazine says the argument for maintaining arts education in schools has been typically art for art's sake, but art class is more than just glue sticks and field trips. It positively impacts student outcomes by increasing writing achievement, decreasing disciplinary infractions, and increasing compassion. And we all need more compassion in the world today. We're pleased to work with Rock Hill School District, and I'm looking forward to working with you, John, to present several school shows this past fiscal year, and we've also been working with Fort Mill and York schools. So if you have a contact there that you can help us get in, we'd be happy to get something going. We really thank our sponsors, Rockville Coca-Cola, Williams and Fudge, and Duke Energy for supporting this program. Then we have several signature events. I'm sure you're all familiar with the gala, the Senior Royale this year, the Blues and Jazz Festival. Bobby, our producer, is here with us tonight. Underexposed Film Festival. I don't know if Karen is here or not, Karen Collins. Our quarterly small grants program, the literary competition, and all kinds of visual arts exhibitions. So we've added some new ideas these last 2 years, and we'll continue to expand those. Public art. Remember last year we unveiled alleys as galleries in Cotton Alley. In April we unveiled on White Street some student art. And then of course with the help of the Women's Arts Initiative we refurbished the Lewandowski Art Deco on the rear facade of our facility. Alleys as galleries has transformed well-traveled alleys into art galleries that feature works by local and regional artists. And we're moving art from the guarded rooms of private collections to schools, street corners, and alleys where everyone can enjoy them. Rock Hill has a reputation of being a visionary city when it comes to arts and culture, and as a result, we were the first state designated cultural district in the state of South Carolina. We continue to support that 100%. Then we have the Small Grants Program. I don't often talk about it very much, but this supports partner organizations and their public art projects. And some of the small grant recipients were the Women's Arts Initiative for Anna Walby over at the historic White Home. They're getting ready to do another installation in front of the Telephone Museum, and you'll be hearing more about that in next month or so. And then we also help with the Barry Mitchell Community Initiative funds to fund Freedom Walkway, and of course the Old Town Frogs Project. How many people have played the Frogs Project? Well, Beverly lives right outside our front door, so take a moment to see her when you get ready to go. So in addition to some of the 70 events that we produce and staff, outreach through the Small Grants Program allows us to support about 25 to 30 other teachers, artists, arts organizations, and anyone really who has a small project that they need some funding and help. We've also helped Friday Art Project's Art Party coming in November with Open Studios, and then of course Mike Gentry put together our competitive portrait drawing. That's something to say. Now let's not forget the Aganaut Art Tour, which has been going on the entire month of June all over the state of South Carolina. It started here in York County in 2012. It spread to 10 other counties around the state. And along with our partners, we participate in the largest free farm tour in the U.S. So with a grant from York County Electric Co-op, the Arts Council provides the farm quilts for all of the farms that have earned a place on that. And we've also been put on the South Carolina Quilt Trail. South Carolina Quilt Tour. And then Rockville Community Theater has been around a long time, been a good partner with us. They continue to produce golden performances, and they've expanded their casting yet to include actors across several counties. Rockville has some new theater groups, and one of them is going to entertain us tonight, Showtime Theatre Company, and then the Old Town Theatre Company that perform that kind of singing. So we fully support all these cultural activities. We're especially excited about the Rockville Symphony Orchestra. They finished their first sold-out season this year. They're locating to a larger facility. Glad to have Jeffrey in the house. So the message is, we have figured this out. We're working collaboratively. We know that we can accomplish so much more than working in isolation. And for our community, there's no need to drive to Charlotte. We can experience the arts in big and small ways right here in York County. So we also understand the need to bring in new ideas, the secret dinner. And who can forget the first secret dinner that was at the Lowenstein building while it was still under construction. And then this year we went to SkyTech Hangar next to the Rockville Airport, under the stars and surrounded by $1 million airplanes. It's quite an evening. Another idea we had that went very well, and we're going to do it again this year, White Street Art and Bruce Crawl. So the Arts Council organized an arts exhibition and music along White Street from Knowledge Park all the way down to Slow Play Brewery. And those businesses noticed a big increase in their attendance and sales that evening. And then we also installed the artwork that I mentioned earlier. 5 or 6 students from York County had artwork installed as fence art on the Williams and Fudge fence next to Dust Off Brewery. The next one I want to talk about is Crafted. This was held at Legal Remedy, so we partnered with a local brewery to combine socializing, some flights of beer, and pottery making into a festive, sold-out event. And there you are, MC, right up front. Art on Tap. That was held out at the Getty Center lawn. It brought art vendors, music, crafts, and fun activities for children. And then we had several successful one-day road trips to Artisphere in Greenville, Landrum for the arts and antiques and leaf peeping. And we'll be taking a bus to Columbia for the Van Gogh exhibit in October. And this was at the Ronaldo House at the Museum of American Art in Winston-Salem at the Georgia O'Keeffe exhibit. So if you're interested in just some day trips and you don't have to drive, Mike is a really good driver and he gets us there safely and gets us home. As Mayor Getty says, we live in a good town, so I hope we'll all join together to make it a great town. One idea, one person, one group of volunteers joined together with common goals can leave a lasting impression, and the arts leave lasting beauty, as I was so aware of last week trolling through the streets of London and Paris. Art transforms the place into something magical. The Arts Council programs and facilities, as Melanie said, brought over 99,000 people last year from 219 cities, 42 states, and 7 countries. So I encourage you to support the arts and become a member of the Arts Council as we continue this important work. Please take the time to admire and appreciate these talents, because without the people to support it, the arts could disappear, just like the magnificent sculpture of the pufferfish. Many of you may be wondering where we are in our quest for a new Performing Arts and Education Center, and that's still in the planning stages, and we should have some announcements by year end. The symphony and the community theaters need a home, and it's within our power, yours and mine, to lead us down the path to success. So let's improve our community's overall attractiveness and livability by including arts and culture. Join our efforts to attract visitors, to enjoy entertainment, variety, walkability, and just plain old people watching, live performances, and public art. Let's build the arts into our everyday fabric. So as we come to the close of our 42nd year in business, I challenge you to get more involved with the arts, to support these options and exhibitions that are available from theater, concerts, art exhibitions, lectures, art instruction for kids, drawing classes for adults, unique shopping, and gift opportunities. And we know that a dynamic arts and cultural scene isn't just a nice-to-have community asset. It's a strong economic driver, a necessary asset to educating our youth for the jobs of tomorrow, and it's also the core of a healthy community. We appreciate your support. And before we close and move on to our entertainment tonight, I just want to say how proud I am of our team of 5 members and the work that they have accomplished this year. Because together we've laid the groundwork for even more exciting arts events as we plan our programs for 2020, thanks to a dedicated and hardworking board members who volunteer their time and talent. So would all of our board members, present and past, please stand. Let's see you all here. And our sincere thanks to our generous sponsors and donors, city and county partners, volunteers, and participants. So many thanks to the leadership for keeping the arts at the center of creative thinking and problem solving, because they do attract attention, innovation, tourism, and they encourage lifelong learning that makes York County a great place to live, work, and play. So tonight, we're delighted to showcase local talent for our guests. This is the Arts Council after all. I'd like to introduce 2 members from Showtime Theatre Company for a musical theater performance of excerpts from The Little Mermaid. We have Kellie Payne as Ursula, and Anna Cibbarelli as Ariel. So let's give a big round of applause conclude their entertainment tonight, we will adjourn again to some more food and beverages. Thank you for coming.
Hi, my name is Anna Cibbarelli. I am a sophomore musical theater major at Winthrop University. I just wanted to explain a little bit about how I got into the arts. I moved here about 10 years ago, and I got started with Rockville Community Theater, and I just recently joined with Showtime, and I'm very happy to be here. Oh yeah, and CPVA student.
I see a lot of familiar faces. I was fortunate to be asked last year to sing, and I'm very appreciative to be asked back. My name is Kellie Payne, and I've been a member of the community in Rockville for about 14 years. I'm very involved with Rockville Community Theater and the school arts programs, and then this is my first time joining into Showtime Theater. I'm also a very active member of Narrowway Productions, which is in Fort Mill, which is another Broadway Christian show company, and I'm just thrilled to be able to be here tonight. And my very first role long ago was Mary Poppins when I was age 6, and after that I was hooked, and all my life I just waited for this opportunity to play my dream role, the most evil villainess. And motherhood has brought that challenge to me. So I'm going to turn this back over to Anna, and I'm going to get our music set up. Yeah, I don't want to just sing.
The ocean simply wasn't big enough for both of us. And now he's driven you away too.
He doesn't understand me.
Oh, but I do, darling. We're so very alike, you and I. Gals with ambition. And nothing drives a man more crazy, does it, dear? Tell dear old auntie everything.
I'm in love with someone.
Ooh, yes. This Princey fellow. He's quite a catch. The answer is simple, darling. The only way to get what you want is to become human yourself.
Can you help me?
Help you? My dear sweet child, it's what I live for, to help unfortunate merfolk like yourselves. Poor souls, with no one else to turn to. You can tell right now that our technology is from under the sea. Because this land is not like it. I apologize. Let's get it right. Poor soul, with no one left to turn to. I admit that in the past I've been nasty. They weren't kidding when they called me, well, a witch. But you'll find that nowadays I've mended all my ways, repented, seen the light, and made a switch. True, yes. And I fortunately know a little magic. It's a talent that I always have possessed. And here lately, please don't laugh, I use it on behalf of the miserable, lonely, and depressed. Pathetic. Poor unfortunate souls, in pain, in need. There's one longing to be thinner, that one wants to get a girl, and do I help them? Yes, indeed! You poor unfortunate souls, it's sad, but true. They come flocking to my collar and crying, "Spells us the peace!" and I help them. Yes, I do. Now it's happened once or twice. Someone couldn't pay the price, and I'm afraid I had to rip them across the coals. Yes, I've had the odd complaint, but on the whole I feel sweet. To those poor unfortunate souls, here's my best offer, babykins. I have a spell that will turn you into a human for 3 days. Now, it's got the procedural clause, sort of a squid pro quo. Before the sun sets on the 3rd day, you've got to get dear old Princey to kiss you. If you do, you'll stay human forever. Oh, nothing drastic, darling. Oh, look, small print. Your soul is mine forever, and you're doomed to spend eternity in my watering hole soap layer. Lawyers, don't you just love them? Now there is one more thing that we haven't discussed. My fee.
I don't have any.
Oh, I'm not asking for much, only your voice.
My voice?
Yes, darling. Don't worry, I'll have the perfect place for it. When your grandpappy Poseidon was on his deathbed, he left his magic trident to your father. But this was his gift from moi.
A magic shell.
You've heard of it.
Father says it's the source of all your witchcraft.
Nonsense, darling.
He says you die without it.
Die? Oh, please. It's a bauble, a vessel for your voice.
You're taking away my voice. How can I ever?
You'll have your looks, your pretty face, and don't underestimate the power of body language. The men up there don't like a lot of blabber. They think a girl who gossips is a bore. Yes, on land it's much preferred for ladies not to say a word, and after all, dear, what is idle prattle for? Come on! They're not all that impressed with conversation. True gentlemen avoid it when they can, but they do get soon and fawn on a lady who's withdrawn. It's she who holds a tongue that gets a man.